increase T3 gears at the same time. Here are some additional tips other than advanced honing. Remember to be diligent in silver gathering.
All
I've
right,
spent
yeah.
more than 90 million silver in the course of 1 week.
90 million silver? Wait, how much silver do I even have? Hey guys, with T4 just around the corner and us being able to swap our Makoko Express characters and all these changes to let us play more characters without as much investment, I think there's a huge need for a very, very valuable resource that some of us have a ton of, but others of us really have not much of. And it's not gold, it's silver. Unfortunately, a lot of us, including me, are not very diligent about getting silver from things like Unas, doing our cubes regularly, though you should be kind of saving cubes right now because if you go to T4, you want to use those for EXP. But various sources of silver, a lot of us aren't as diligent as we should be with getting our silvers. So I wanted to make a video today, and we talked about this on stream, which is where this video is going to be from, about getting silver for our characters. Unfortunately, it's not really something that you can really like get a ton of at once unless you're really going to be like swiping very, very inefficiently. So it's something that we really need to work towards and have it as like a regular muscle that we do over time. And eventually we'll get a ton of silver and we'll have more than we need. But unfortunately, most of us, again, aren't like that. So I want to include some clips from my stream where I talked about all the sources that we get silver from and how to get them. So hopefully this video helps you guys out there. And as always, I do this type of stuff on my stream all the time. So if you want to join in on the fun, come hang out at twitch.tv/MisoXshrew. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps a lot. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed the clip. All right, guys, peace. So recently, silver the consumption has gone up. People are pushing their characters, but also in tier 4, you're gonna need a lot of silvers. So I just wanted to show you guys, I guess I'll show you how to, so all the places that I think are good to get silver. So first off, I think, we have like the usual ways. So your low pangs, right? So if you go onto your character, you go onto your alts that you're not really playing anymore or whatever, or anything that you don't want to, I guess, get shards or leaps on, you can make it a low panger, and you can do that to get gold, silver. I'm sure most of you guys know how to do low pangs already, but just to show in case you don't, all you need to do is go and set up your Bifrost at the low pang locations. The first one being the low pang island itself. So you set these 3 Unas, Arthentine, Vern, Shoeshire for low pangs. You go to Low Pang Island itself. Yeah, low pang is fairly low, but it's kind of a thing that you're supposed to be doing over time, doing something you're doing regularly. And that adds up. It's like, depending on your item level, around like 100k silver per low pang. So it's like not like a shit ton, but it's silver, right? It's silver. Depending on item level, it's higher. So, yeah. Yeah, it's an old amount. It hasn't scaled. They haven't really, like, built it for, like, modern silver. Like, modern silver costs. But again, if you're doing it on multiple characters, if you're doing it all the time, like, it's not that bad. It's like 50 to 100k, I think, is usually what, like, a higher item level characters will give you. Lower item level characters will give you like a little bit like under 50k. Like this character gives me like 30k, but it's like 1370 or something like that. So, but yeah, you just go to the different places, you hit your low pangs for Bifrost and call it a day there. So that is the first one that I recommend people to continue doing. It's just easy. You do it every day. It takes like 5 minutes to go through all your low pangs. I'm too lazy to do it, but if anybody who's down bad for silver, you should definitely do it. Second one, of course, is going to be your Chaos Dungeons. If you run your Chaos Dungeons every day, you'll be getting a good bit of silver from it. And that's probably going to be, for the most part, kind of your main source of silver. So just running your Chaos Dungeons. The third source that I would say is cubes, but people are generally saving their cubes for T4. But the thing is, I would say that if, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, I don't think that you everybody should follow. This is definitely not the most optimal way for tier 4. I'm okay with running characters that cubes for characters that aren't going to be tier 4 like immediately. Characters that aren't going to be tier 4 like day 1, basically. If you're going to be slowly coming, slowly pushing this character up, I would say if you really need a big influx of silver, you can always run some lower tier cubes on these characters. That's something that you can do for silvers. And of course, you know, you have your weekly Unas as well, right? If you're going to be doing these as well, might as well do your weekly Unas, like your cube one, your chaos dungeon one, just like a little bit of extra sources of silvers here and there. It's not going to be a ton, but they add up from character to character. All of the things with silver is like, there's not really many ways to get like a big burst of silver. It's all about like your hard work over time. So it's like right now, especially since we're preparing for tier 4, start now because we are gonna need a lot of silver. There's barely any like sources of silver that are like, okay, I'm gonna get like a ton of silver, like 10 million, 20 million, 30 million in one go. It really is effort over time is really the silver. Sharp and Michael is saying, there's also the guild shop. So if you go to the guild shop and you spend your bloodstones, you are able to get silver from there because you have boxes that can give you like cube tickets. You can, and if you don't get a cube ticket, you can get silver instead. So either way, you're gonna get silver. You can either get silver from the box itself because you didn't get the cube, or it's you're gonna get it from the cube itself. There's also just boxes in general that you can just buy for silver, but I don't know if that's exactly worth it. So if we go down here, you can see these ones give you silver. I don't know if these are that worth it. I don't think they are, but the worth it ones are the cube ones, the ones where you buy and it gives you cubes. Let's see which one it is. Like these ones, basically. These cube boxes. So they give silvers if you don't hit the cube, and they also give the cube tickets themselves. In terms of like other ways to get silver that technically like you are pretty decent are like, for example, and here's one of the ways that you can get like a kind of influx of silver all of a sudden, right? That is through the shops. I mean, there's also, of course, gold to silver, but that's definitely not recommended. And 48 sea bounties. Okay, 48 sea bounties. Yeah. 48 sea bounties. Yep. But yeah, you can always go to here. Like, it is not worth it. 1k to 100k gold, or 1k silver. That's not worth it. Don't do it. But if you're really down bad, oh yeah. Also, the other thing, silvery honor packs. Silvery honor packs. If you're willing to throw in a little bit of dollary dues, this is a very worth it pack. Little bit less worth now that we're in tier 3 and preparing for tier 4 because these honor shards are going to be useless later on. But if you still have characters that you're pushing up and you need shards, this pack is very worth it. Again, it's only if you have characters that are going to be being pushed up. If you don't have characters that are being pushed up and you don't need the shards, don't buy this. But again, if you need it, if you have characters that need to be pushed up, sure, you can buy it. You also have this one right here, selfie pack. Again, this one's fine. This one's pretty good. Sadly, it's like the problem with silvers is just like it's not like I think a lot of people are like, you know, always whenever people worry about silver, they need it now, right? But sadly, for the most part, there's not really that many of like I need it now solutions in the game for silver. It's mostly like through your hard work and effort, you get it over time. And those people that have been working hard and doing their low pangs daily, doing their cubes over time, doing all that stuff, those people are swimming in silver and never have a silver problem. But the people who are not doing that, like me, those are the people that are going to be having silver problems. Own less characters? True. Owning characters does cost a lot of silvers.